friends and fellow adventurers, welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction curse. As always, we want to invite you to come join our Discord where you can hang out with us and other listeners of the show. And if you'd like to throw a little financial support our way, you can check out our Patreon. And a shout out to all of those at our big number level and above. Rock Jedi, Iggy, Wolf, Blortimus Slump, Thunder Mammoth, Center for Reproductive Rights, Das Chris, Fizzgig, AC Goldner, The Brigade Alliance, Eric R, just gonna sneak right past you there, Indie Link, Tawdry Monster, Mercutio, Angel Shadowheart, Tiki Lopez, Licky Topez, Rickety Rope Bridge, Alex K, More Dine, Doma El Laga, Dr. Grinnis, Forevermore, Frank L, Just Mike Works, Ross D, Darren W, Marab Syndrome, Fig Tear, Zach S, Jamie H, Mr. Turtle, Sleeve, Darren, Caleb W, Corey, Pickle, Mr. Grim, and Fire Down. Shout out to new patron this week, Spot, because it rhymes with butt. Thank you all so much for your support. And now a recap of session 128. We have just defeated Dizalin, the big bad of Book 5. Turns out he's coming back, though. He seems to be in a magical mirror that we can't destroy or do anything about. Ah well, not our problem. We proceed to clear out Dizalin's shit. We stride through town pulling the orb with us. We get back to the hotel and have some conversations about our path forward on various issues. The next day, we meet with Zyra and Nyrinda Shraen and set up a celebration with the whole family. They seem on the verge of attacking us, but think better of it. We then go to see Zyrineth and the ghoul Zolgath. We hold Zyrineth to his word to help bring Moonlight back. We need to sell a powerful sword we have to get the funds. Meanwhile, Zyrineth and the wizard study the orb. Once we're all ready, Jeb communes with Moonlight once again. Moonlight indicates they're pretty bored of the spirit realm and ready to come back. We perform the ritual, and in a big 24-hour-long ordeal, Moonlight returns.
I'll let Moonlight know that none of it would have been impossible without our dear friend Nidek. Now you get to talk to yourself. Do it.
I kind of want to see this. You got this?
Oh, you kept them alive? Yeah. That's, what I do. Well, thank you. Will you be accompanying us? No. I'm gonna be staying here and train. Got some work to do now.
Yes, we're causing a coup, by the way.
Brilliant. I loved it, Swanee. Thank you.
That's wonderful, yes.
You're welcome. Thanks. A coup?
Yes.
Why?
Why? I'm not privy to all the details here.
Wait, I don't actually remember why. Why are we doing this?
It's complicated.
I thought you...
Zyrineth holds his hand up.
Yeah, Zyrineth's the one that wants it, right?
Ostensibly for my assistance in bringing you back to this reality. Hi, my name's Zyrineth, and he reaches down to shake your branches.
He keeps calling the wizard a weird name.
I don't see what's so weird about Albron. I think it's a fantastic name.
No, it's the wizard.
Fair enough. Yes, but ostensibly I allowed the wizard here access to one of my resurrect rituals, which he modified beautifully, by the way. I am actually, in fact, trying to wipe out this line of Urgathoan worshipping undead drow.
Oh, okay. Urgathoa.
They deal in, well, lots of things, but horrendously they deal very much in the slave trade. I believe that your friends here are looking to make that industry collapse, and this is how they can help.
Moonlight kind of looks down at themselves. I don't think I have a religious symbol for Urgathoa yet, but I don't seem to have any of them right now.
I put them in a box for you. I'll go get them.
All your shit's in the mansion. It's in your old room.
Oh, you kept my room?
My servants did. So maybe I did subconsciously?
The room doesn't show up in the mansion unless you want it to and you cast the spell.
He does have a heart.
Aww.
Tyler made it.
Tyler made it.
Well, I guess if there's some slavers to kill, where do we sign up?
Right in the other room.
By the way, Moonlight, Peach Pie's been in charge since you left. We need a better person. He's doing a terrible job.
Yes, I have been. Here's your staff, by the way.
Oh, the ringleader staff?
Yes.
The smooth black wood, topped with, what was it topped with? An elephant?
Some sort of
I don't even
animal.
remember. Yeah, an animal.
Elephant sounds right.
It's been so long. But yes.
I think. Oh, Moonlight, there's even better loot I have in the magic room, in the storeroom, that you might want to transfer some runes and shit. See if anything interests you.
Cut back to the small one bed motel room at the Aching Bones, and the jackal and the worm and Cormentor and Kufar and all of the magic items and shit just plop out in the middle of this floor in this tiny motel room. Cormentor and Kufar look at each other and she just goes, "Oh, damn it, we had that organized so nicely." So you guys will have to rest and recuperate before, lest you become fatigued.
Yeah, Moonlight definitely needs to rest.
We mansion back up.
Moonlight, you are back in the party. You're back in the party sheet. Oh, that felt... Yay!
The good old Golden Laws church book. I should remove the word illuminated, though.
Yeah, it doesn't really
anymore.
do that anymore.
It is no longer glowing.
Zyrineth is happy to watch Kyborn for another day or two. He says, "Don't take too long. They're going to notice this guy missing after a little bit. He leaves occasionally to take care of some deals in secretive places throughout town, but he's never gone for that long. So, we'll see you in a day or two."
Sounds good to me.
Yo.
3 days.
3 days.
3 days. Just to be obstinate.
So what did Moonlight do with their 17 and 18th levels? Anything fun?
They're a fighter now.
Completely reworked everything.
I'm just going to have a quick GM input here. Moonlight is 18th level. Yes, Moonlight was 15 when they died. But between the Aeon Orb and the dagger and the fact that I don't want to have to deal with it otherwise, 18 is where Moonlight is at for level.
If you have a problem with it, go to our Patreon and donate money.
If you don't have a problem with it, also go to our Patreon. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. A couple skill feats, couple class feats. The exciting stuff, level 16, got the effortless concentration like Jeb has, so I can sustain a spell for free every round.
Hell yeah.
Pretty exciting to me.
What were your sustains? Scary black circle thing was one of your sustains, right?
Yeah, that's one of my sustains.
Hideous laughter, too.
Yep,
No.
hideous laughter. I've got quite a few sustain spells, actually.
Yeah.
17th level, my ancestry feat, I took regrowth, which gives me regenerate as a 7th level primal spell every day.
Appropriate.
I feel like, yeah, just, after dying, they're trying to find ways to not die again.
Let's not do that again.
That sucked. 17th level, they also get resolve, similar to the wizard. 18th level, I took echoing spell, which means if I cast a 4th level spell or lower that has no duration, I can cast it again the next round without expending a spell slot.
That's pretty cool.
And then for my skill feat for level 18, I took legendary performer. So now people with like a DC 10 society check can recall knowledge about me.
Nice. Moonlight comes back to the world of the living and single-handedly saves the Circus of Wayward Wonders, because performance-wise, they were falling apart.
I don't know what you're talking about. We got a Banshee.
But hey, they had a great manager.
They had a great manager, and that was really funny. Like, every time you guys tried to or needed to make a performance check of any kind, you just fucked it all up. It was great.
Oh, we did. The Banshee's fine.
Nidek did the Banshees.
Oh,
Night I still did the banshees.
whatever.
Like we said, a really good manager.
That apparently can sing.
Okay, well, Moonlight to level 18. I suppose you're going to go back to doing that thing where you don't tell me what spells you took until you cast them, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. All right.
You don't really need to know.
Fine. Keep your
You don't.
secrets.
They're spells. They do things.
All right. Well, after a day of rest, Cormentor's going to ask Nidek, I'd really like to have you come and take a look at something with me here. Is that something you'd be willing to do?
Yeah. What do you need?
She takes you over to the dining room table where all the maps and sheets of papers are neatly spread out. It's going to take a lot to keep this whole thing running if this scheme ends up playing out. Where's your place in all this?
My place? What do you mean?
Well, I'm putting up plans here to prepare for the fall of the Shraen nobility. It's not going to be easy.
Well, yeah. I'm going to be here to help you.
You're going to stay and help?
Well, yeah. I mean, eventually, I want to take over that damn Erdeffens. That Coruscant. I kill him with my own hands. Well, maybe a spell or two, but I can finish with my hands around his neck, even if he's dead already.
Well, if we are successful in Shraen, and we're able to keep the overthrowing of the government away from the Erdeffens, if they find out that the government has collapsed, they'll end up attacking with the complete chaos. They could take the city.
Well, I don't see why they'd find out. I mean, they don't actually come into the city. They haven't really gotten that close yet.
There's certainly something to be concerned about.
Yeah, I found if you're concerned about too much, I mean, you spend your whole life being concerned. You just kind of gotta go with the flow sometime.
And she looks down at her maps and all of her scribbled notes and things. I'm still going to try to execute the plan.
That doesn't mean you can't have a plan.
Oh, good. I'm glad you weren't telling me to not have a plan.
I can see that's just not how you operate.
No, there has to be a plan. And 2 backup plans.
Well, my job will be to keep everybody alive.
All right.
I can do that. You need me to talk to people? I can talk to people. People love me.
For right now, let me go over this with you. And she starts quick fire shooting off different defensive positions where different garrisons of Shraen troops are housed, where Shraen nobility lives, as well as where all the slaves are being held. And she has a lot of plans. And she draws Nidek into it.
Yeah, Nidek will nod and listen and use every ounce of his deception to make it seem like he understands and
Just paying attention.
is paying attention.
You said 3 days before you go back to Zyrineth. Is there anything specific you'll be doing in those 3 days?
Are we really waiting 3 days?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were being
Thematic
serious.
fun.
3 days.
If we're ready, we're ready.
No, we're good.
So you guys head back to Zyrineth's. So Zyrineth is going to be the primary check. The secondary checks required are society. Anyone who can help in society, they'll be looking for.
You probably shouldn't have gotten rid of Nidek yet. Because other than the wizard, he's the only one with society.
Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to convince Nidek to get pulled away from the planning.
Get rid of what literally needs to be done in order for him and Core stuff to happen.
Shit, hold on. I think Cormantor might actually have society.
Because, yeah, I feel like they'd be more invested in this than we are. I mean, I'm willing to help, but I can't help.
We just walk away.
You're like, you guys got this now, right?
All right, bye.
Y'all good? Huh? Yep, see ya.
Cormantor is going to join in with the society check. I would imagine we'll have Nidek make a society check. The DC on this one is 40.
Well, do you want the failure, or do you want me to risk a critical failure? Because Nidek's society is only a 24, so... Right now we're sitting at a -4 for Zyrineth.
You fuckers can't even help him.
This, again, is also a very long ritual. But this one goes as kind of a wave. Going into the first half of it, Zyrineth actually uses the Aeon Orb's energy to aid. And so he has to filter the energy from the Aeon Orb into Kyborn's body. And as he's doing that, he's writhing and like seizuring on the chair as he's shaking and tied to it. About halfway through the ritual, all of the skin on his body begins to grow back and turn, a pale purple color, like a drow's skin color would look like. His hair grows in thicker and is black and curly, and his cheekbones fill in, and all of his muscles fill in, and he looks like a drow noble. And then it all begins to drain away again as the ritual comes to a close. And as soon as he's done, Zyrineth steps up to Kyborn, who's been screaming and fighting it this whole time, and casts a spell.
recognize spell?
It's modify memory.
Okay.
So first I'm going to do his primary caster check on this. Okay, that's with the minuses. Zyrineth gets a 45. So it's not a critical success, but it is a success. And then when he goes in for the modify memory spell, Kyborn has to make a save, and he gets bad. Like, really bad.
Oh, God. He's at a plus 15. What level is this poor bastard?
Not 18th level like you guys are. Yeah, he got an 18 on that, so his eyes go blank and his jaw kind of creaks open and back in his undead form as Zyrineth begins placing a memory into himself. You had a lucrative deal that was happening outside of town, right into the ruins, and you were meeting some mysterious stranger, and they didn't show. So you went to go look for them, and after spending a few days out in the desert, you decided that it was a waste of your time, and you turned back and go to Shraen. Return to your duties. Oh, and go to the parade.
Duties.
The Zolgath afterwards goes and, knocks him out and pulls him out of the ruins and leaves him with his back against a broken ruin wall to wake up and then go about his day. Zyrineth turns to Cormanter and Nidek. Hopefully this goes well. Do you have plans in place? I have so many plans in place. Would you like me to show you? Oh, I'd love that. Nidek's just shaking his head. No, don't do it. So at this point, what does the circus do?
Our chapter is done. Let's go to book 6.
We got any loose ends we need to tie up before we, how the fuck are we even getting back?
We're gonna risk the biscuit with a teleport.
It was covered early on that you would go back to the location where you started to leave the Black Desert, and then you could use the ring again.
Oh, yep.
I remember that vaguely.
That's going to take a while to walk back to that area. We got time to move some runes around on Moonlight's armor. Do we want to sell shit and buy shit?
You know, before the whole government collapses.
Yeah.
God, we're like America. We just go in and fuck up the place, and then we're like, figure it out.
See ya.
Peace out.
Would definitely take the +2 greater resilient off of one of those elven chain.
Nah, just wear the elven chain, bro.
Yeah, where nothing bad will happen.
Become the thing.
Moonlight wasn't there for that.
Grave Knight. Just put it on.
Yeah, just
do it.
Swear
Put it
for
on.
it.
I want to see what happens when a Leshy becomes a Grave Knight.
Wait, so those 6 with the +2 greater resilient elven chain are the Grave Knight ones?
Yes.
Those are the Grave Knight ones.
So it doesn't even say that.
No, it doesn't. They're super cursed.
They're super cursed.
I don't know if you're going to fuck with them if they're that cursed.
They're super cursed.
Yeah, we should probably just sell the armor and buy new armor that's not cursed.
Yeah, I'm cool with selling the cursed armor here before it falls apart and we bail.
So, sell a bunch of shit?
So Moonlight's looking through all this stuff and is just like, I don't really know what most of this is. Pulls up this circlet.
Yeah, I guess there really isn't anything that you would use, is there? Other than the circlet.
I was gonna say, the circlet.
If you explain to Moonlight what the circlet is, they would definitely be like, oh yeah, that would be good.
That's all you. Circlet of Persuasion.
So Moonlight gets the circlet of persuasion.
That's what, +2 to deception and diplomacy, and 2 to charisma. Jesus.
Holy fuck, I'm broke.
Yeah, I'm pretty broke myself.
I just looked at my inventory. I got 8 silver and 6 copper. I don't even have a gold.
I think we all went down to get Peach Pie the Extendi rune.
Yeah,
Night I totally had like 3,000 gold.
And that fucking staff?
And that fucking staff. So you guys, after performing the ritual on Kyborn, decide to start making plans to head back to the surface, I would assume?
How about we just give the orb back to Nidek and we leave?
I mean, we did say that the circus was just going to be part of the party.
Oh no, what if we just don't show up? Or ever come back here?
So, Nidek, I hope you're able to make this place a little better for the people who live here so there's not, slaves and things. We don't really need the orb, we've got the reflection, so we're just going to leave it here with you. You can put it back in the Temple of Zulkandur if you want, so the jungle there doesn't die, or whatever.
Oh, so y'all are leaving?
Oh, yes, we've accomplished our goals. We've brought Moonlight back and
Ended slavery.
ended
Not a big
slavery.
deal. Like,
We have Moonlight. We don't need you anymore. So, bye.
oh, bye.
You were a good friend, Nidek. I'm glad we got to know each other.
I hope, like, when we finish this book, there's like an ending of fucking Lord of the Rings when everybody gets together in one room.
Yes, in slow motion and soft focus.
Yeah, Nidek's just waiting there on a bed, and then I jump in. His skin's withering away. It's fucking gross. I said maybe he's not worth to have a friend.
Oh, you guys are so wonderful.
Hey, you're the one that made the gross guy.
That's what the Bones mystery is, okay?
There are pieces of him all over the place. He's just dripping off. It's gross.
Well, I certainly would not be where I am today without y'all, so it's definitely been a pleasure to meet y'all. If you ever come back this way,
Oh, we will.
hopefully this city's
A bustling metropolis of...
a little more cleaned up, maybe a little less dead. Or undead, should I say?
Right. Not that I really have anything against the undead, just, slavery.
Definitely fighting against that.
Fuck slavery. Peace.
Nidek and Corminter go off to
Corminter was definitely supposed to die, right?
take over
Absolutely.
a city.
I loved it. She didn't. Is she the one I blinded?
Yes.
Yes.
That poor bitch.
Yep, she's the one that you blinded.
We
and
blinded
then-
her, and then we gave her her vision back.
and healed all of her scars. And
We were like, we can kill you, or you could just like join us and we'll heal you.
Or you can join us and then we'll kill you and then grow you a new body.
that looks totally different.
Yes, how do you feel about reincarnation?
Or coming back as an undead.
We like to dabble.
What does Nidek do with the Aeon Orb? Like, what's Nidek's goal with it, would you think?
I just think it's neat.
No, I mean, I think he would keep it in the city, try to get the city to start to regrow, maybe get some trees growing around here.
Get some crops and...
Fuck that Cradle of Worms place. I mean, who the hell cares if there's trees there? Nothing useful was living in them.
Didn't the druids want us to bring it back, or did they just want us to
but
have
fuck
the
those
residents?
druids.
The druids wanted you to bring it
Dude,
back.
fuck the druids. They were being all culty. Like, it was weird.
Literally left it with Nidek to spite the druids.
Pretty much.
Like, if they hadn't asked for it, we probably would have brought it back. Nidek is totally also going to, team up with Zyrineth to try to see if they can figure out a way to use this orb to power stuff. Whether that be spells. Basically what Dazalin was doing.
Basically.
Yeah, but we've got better.
But we're the good
we
people.
got better morals about it.
Oh, Nidex, say goodbye to Zyrineth for me.
How many Erdefin camps are on our walk home?
Can we destroy on our way back?
Look how easily we could just drop bursts to just walk by. Bwah. Bwah.
Dude, I picked up, what was it, meteor or something?
Yeah, your meteor swarm.
Yeah, the spell you said you weren't going to use.
Yeah, I could drop some meteor swarms.
So you guys are leaving now then?
I fucking have been wanting to leave this place since we got here.
And wiping out every Erdefin encampment on the way.
The straight line, you wouldn't have to encounter any of them.
Oh, we're not taking straight lines.
All right, just so I'm clear, Ufar, Corey obviously staying here, Nidek staying here, Wurmples, Crystal Jackal,
Banshee.
Banshee coming with us.
The Fungus Man.
Kufar's not coming with us?
That's right, Fungus Man.
Fungus Man. Kufar is not coming with you.
I want my shit back.
Oh, right. Sorry. Here.
You know how much I miss Bartle Boy? I need to get back to my bear boy.
Bartle.
He is the best cuddle
Bartle.
session ever. You guys ever cuddled with a bear?
No.
Yeah.
It's completely platonic, I swear.
Before we leave, Peach Pie will go to Corey and Nidek and Kufar. Nidek perhaps is a little less trustworthy, but
You stole from the party.
You look
So hurt.
anyway, I know that you don't have much in the way of resources and things are expensive. I've got really all I need, so here's some funds I can give you to help with your revolution. And I'll give them the 8,000 gold I just made.
Jesus!
Wow.
The fuck? Stop that!
And I'll officially change my alignment to chaotic good.
Dun 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 dun. And this is where I go evil and steal the money back.
Feel about this, David. You could have given me that money.
8,000 all of. Come on. Bernard steps in and says, Peach Pie!
That's
That's a lot of money!
The revolution is not as important as us saving the world.
that's really nice of you, Peach Pie, especially on top of the 3,500 I already have from hanging out with y'all.
No, Nidek, this is for revolutionary purposes. He says and can't stop himself from laughing a little
Well.
bit.
You see, when we take over the merchant quarter area, we just get all the stuff anyways.
So what you're saying is you don't need the money, but you appreciate the gesture, and he takes it back.
Well, mostly I felt bad because Corminter had no armor and Kufar now has no armor.
There's a
At
bunch of
least
Grave
get
Knight armor.
yourselves prepared. Don't become cursed with the Grave Knight armor. It's a bad idea.
As a single, buy that armor.
You told the guy that you sold it to that it was cursed, right? Because I think he'd give you probably a better price for it.
Yeah, better price if he knew it was
He'll
cursed.
give you a better price.
Oh yeah.
This gives me Grave Knights?
This
Fucking
gives
right.
you literally 6 Grave Knights to do your bidding. This is so good.
I'd have to say those are probably the most awful things we encountered. Maybe the Grim Reapers. I don't know.
The lesser deaths are the worst thing we've.
That healing, that fucking aura, though, is just...
No, it's the misfortune aura.
insane.
It's just ridiculous. Then there's one last thing that I want to do before we transition
Dance
back to the
off.
surface. As you all are leaving, Zyrineth goes and runs to the edge of town to catch you before you actually leave. And he goes up to the wizard. Obrod, sorry. Oof, I wanted to catch you. Here, I have this thing that you left behind, and I figured maybe you might want it. And he pulls out a black and white two-tone face mask. And he says, I know you used to take these on scouting missions for the Lantern Bearers and information gathering, and I just thought maybe you left it behind by accident. Here.
Thank you. Weird thing is, I thought I actually had that in my inventory.
Just because I don't know much, is this guy a good guy? Like, what are these Lantern Bearers?
His alignment technically is good, yes.
Oh, okay. So Lantern Bearers are like...
He's neutral good.
Lantern Bearers aren't technically really a thing anymore.
No, they're done.
Like, it was a one-y thing, or it's like...
It was an anti-drow thing, but now everybody knows the drow are around.
Oh,
Yeah, the whole point of their existence was to make sure that people didn't find out about the drow, and obviously that didn't.
Guess
Fail.
what? You failed.
You
Yeah.
guys fucked up, huh?
So the Winter Council just kind of dissolved the Lantern Bearers. So as the newly reformed Circus of Wayward Wonders goes for their 7-day trek out of the Desert of the Black Sands, you make your way out with no issue.
How many camps did we take out? This is canon.
On your way out, you snuff out 2 Ordeffen camps. No big deal. So, completely skipping all diversions from the sounds of it, minus Spencer's desire for dropping 9th level spells on Ordeffen camps.
Hey, that's not my desire. That's my...
It's your pledge to
yeah,
Nidek.
it's my pledge. That's what I was trying to say.
Take a few different camps out on the way out.
While the circus is traveling through the Vault of the Black Desert, getting outside of it and outside of its teleportation range, it takes them about a week. During that week, Nidek, Corbentor, and the Aeon Orb have some difficulties taking over Shraen.
Well, yeah, Dezalin's gonna come back.
Dazalin reconstitutes himself in the mirror, rages about his office and his lab for a bit.
They never got their consecrate.
That we told him to?
I thought the sisters said they were gonna they were gonna take care of it.
Well, the sisters were going to take care of it until they started slowly crumbling into dust.
Oh, yeah, I guess we, kinda killed them all. Shot ourselves in the foot in that one, huh?
Corminter has had several plans laid out, and I'm going to leave a lot of that open and not really go too much more into it, just to have the possibility. Nidek, Corminter, Kufar, and who else is down there? Oh, Zyrineth, that's right. How could I forget?
And the Zolgath Ghoul.
Yep.
Ooh, I'll play the Zolgath Ghoul. I actually think that'd be really fun, as long as it wouldn't take too many sessions. It probably wouldn't take more than like 2.
But yeah, we're just going to leave that open. We might come back to that. Who knows? We might have some time to fill before our next adventure, and that would be a fun way to fill that time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, the circus makes their way out of the teleportation restriction zone, the no teleportation zone.
I want to see the sunlight.
Yes, I would like to see the sunlight. I'm getting seasonal depression from being underground. Like vicariously through my character.
Peach Pie has seasonal depression.
Yeah, it's rough.
Peach Pie has seasonal depression from being underground and not seeing the sun.
So when you guys get back to the surface and you shift back right next to the Marshstone Tower, being this close and being on the Kortos Isles, those artifacts, those relics that you're carrying, Jeb, your weapon, Peach Pie, the hammer, Moonlight, the dagger that's now incorporated into your form, you now unlock a grand gift for your relics.
And remind me, did we have to go through the different steps in order to...
So Peach Pie, what's yours?
I took the life one, because that's what my other two are. Just as a refresher, my minor gift is called Bestow Life, which lets me tap something with my hammer and make it animate, which I haven't used in a long time. My major is Inextinguishable, which means I can go to Dying 5 instead of Dying 4. And then with Die Hard, it makes it like Dying 6. That's pretty good. It also gives me a critical success on any saves that I succeed on versus negative or death effects, which are pretty much all fortitude anyway, so I was already doing that. Now, the final thing, the thing I just picked up, is Life Everlasting, my, grand gift or whatever. 2 actions, once per day for 1 minute. I emit positive energy and a 10-foot emanation centered on me. At the end of my turn, I and all of my allies in the area regain 10 hit points. If you or an allied creature would die due to an increased dying value, you can dismiss Life Everlasting as a free action to prevent that death. If you do, their dying value doesn't increase.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So I can pop a small heal and stop somebody from dying.
Well, that's like giving everybody in the party fast healing 10.
To a degree. Happens at the end of my turn, though.
I'm just leaning a little more into the Clown Eternal there. What do you got, Jeb?
So I have Apothecary's Garden, which is the mushrooms, which is now 4 mushrooms a day. And then I've got Petal Dance. Once per hour, I can turn into a cloud of petals and leaves with this swarm trait, granting me immunity to falling damage. It's more so just like, I don't know, I can like squeeze into spaces. It lasts a minute, but the big thing is the relic gains a reaction, so I'm assuming not me, the relic itself gains a reaction that triggers when you fall or take damage, applying the gift's resistance, weakness, and immunity to falling. So if I fall, I don't take any falling damage.
Where you basically turn into a puff of leaves and
petals.
And petals right before you hit the ground?
Yeah.
Love that.
That's fantastic.
And the grand is Mega Flora. I create a giant plant that has a bunch of stats to it. I can make a corpse flower that makes people sick for 2 rounds, also stunned on a critical failure. Or it's a thorns flower, which is some burst damage, and then Tree of Life, which seems like it'd be kind of interesting outside of combat, but for a minute we can pick berries from this tree per round, granting 2d8 plus 5 hit points.
Oh, nice.
So basically, if we could heal max once a day from that. That's what my axe can do now. The power of leaves and the power of storms come together.
What about Moonlight?
Shroud of the Afterlife. Once per day, I can shroud my powers from beyond the living realm for 1 minute, in which case I take on a palette appearance and gain poison resistance equal to half my relic's level and a +1 status bonus to saving throws against death effects, disease, effects that would make you paralyzed, poisoned, and sleep effects. In addition, the DC for your recovery check is 9 plus your dying value instead of 10 plus your dying value. I thought that one was interesting. And then for my grand gift, I'm going to take Grim Spectre, which once per day you can call upon the terrifying powers that fuel your relic to transform yourself into a spectre of death. You become incorporeal, have no physical body. You're immune to effects that require a physical body, including precision damage as well as exposure to most diseases and poisons. You also have resistance to all damage equal to half of your relic's level. Force damage, ghost touch attacks, negative damage, and positive damage ignore this resistance.
Damn.
The resistance doubles against non-magical damage. You can move through solid objects. When inside an object, you can't perceive, attack, or interact with anything outside it, and you're always slow to 1. Corporeal creatures can pass through you, but can't end their turns in your space. You can't attempt strength-based checks unless those objects have the ghost touch property.
This all sounds really familiar.
And then it's a sustain the action up to 1 minute. Yeah, it's kind of like being a ghost.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of.
I mean, basically, I do become a ghost for like 1 minute, but it does have to be sustained.
Nice,
Interesting.
very interesting.
But I just think it, like, with having died, it's kind of fun.
No, absolutely, I agree. Wizard,
Oh, you got something for me?
I don't know if I specifically have something for you because I was looking for a 10th level spell that had the ice trait.
There's nothing. There's also no 9th level.
There's nothing in 9th level, and I feel like you might be getting left out of this a little bit, so
Create your own spell.
we're gonna give your pipe a major gift and a grand gift. Sure. Yes.
Hell yeah.
I already got him picked out. I'm going dragon.
Dragon, huh?
Yep, I'm taking Worm's Flight and Draconic Ascendance.
Explain yourself.
Worm's Flight, 2 action, once per day. Ghostly Draconic Wings grant you a fly speed equal to your speed or 20 feet, whichever is greater. This lasts for 10 minutes or until you dismiss the effect. At 17th level, you can activate and dismiss the ability as often as you want, and it has unlimited duration. So I just have Dragon Wings, unlimited.
You can fly.
I can fly, unlimited, at my speed of 40 feet.
What have I done?
That seems
Grand
a
gift.
little broken compared. That's a major gift?
That is a major gift. Grand gift, 2 actions, once per hour, I can cast 8th level dragon form, targeting myself.
I get to make a plant.
Thanks, Tyler.
What happened? What have I done?
It was the most fitting thing I could find.
I mean, it works. Yeah, it certainly works.
And I haven't been using dragon shit in a while, so I might wait until like a good opportunity to actually break out the grand gift before I break out the wings. Like I'll probably do like a 8th level dragon transformation in combat or something.
I was gonna say mental bastion from
after.
mind, but fuck.
I didn't think that was going to happen, Ted.
You're gonna regret it immediately.
Yeah, well, immediately before you were even
Thank
done.
you for unlimited. Thank you for letting me just fly.
Like before you were even done, I was like, "What
Have I done?
And once per hour, 8th level dragon form. I'm huge, and the stats are actually halfway decent.
So the wizard's pipe flares with unexpected power.
Just out of nowhere. Just like, whoa.
Whoa, where'd it come from?
I'm a dragon now. I do like that it's ghostly draconic wings, though.
And they're, of course, multicolored, rainbow colored.
Yeah, I would have to say they would be.
Obviously,
right?
yeah.
Maybe a little cold mixed in. Like maybe there's just like an ice trail.
Just icy wings.
Icy rainbow. As he flies through the sky.
So you make your way back to Willowside from the Tower of Empty Stones. And when you arrive, you see a town that does not look the way that you left it. The defensive perimeters, the traps, the ruined homes, the Zolgath corpses, the dinosaurs, and everything that you left behind. It's all gone. Cleaned up. There's a couple of buildings that still look like they're under repair, but everything is well on the way here on Willowside. And right in the middle, you see a sight that brings relief. The big top tent set up in the square. within walking distance. What do you do first when you get to Willowside?
Look for the professor.
Yeah. Run towards the tent looking for the professor and all of our friends.
As you make your way through town, it's obvious people recognize you. They wave at you, hello and greetings as you run and rush by. Even Letterick sees you on one of his patrols, and he gives one arm on the hip, the other arm up in a two-fingered salute as you run by. When you get to the circus grounds in the town center, there is an immediate flurry of activity. Everything from Fidget running up to you and bouncing back and forth on 2 feet. Hey, God, how'd it go? How'd it go? Did everything go okay? I see you all made it back all right. And, you've got Dingo's there in his red plaid, and everybody kind of starts circling around you as you get there. And after not much longer, you find the professor.
Peachpie just cries. Can't help himself. He gives everybody a hug. Just a little too long, maybe.
The Dwarven throwers take a while because they stand on each other's shoulders so that you can give them hugs one at a time.
Each one.
And you get to like 12, and you're like, I've hugged all of you already.
They keep cycling. I don't care. I keep going. I'm fine with this.
HR gets involved.
Ellie, with Mr. Tickles at her side, greets the Crystal Jackal with enthusiasm. She's just excited to see more animal friends making their way up.
Oh, shit. They're going to wonder where Turtle is.
Oh. Even Wormples, who's approached with some hesitancy to start with. Ellie goes in, tickles Wormples right under his little wormy chin, and he purrs, and then slithers out and goes and starts playing with all of the other circus animals. The Blood Wolf is here, Bardolph.
Also, quick question. Is there a massive storm cloud above us?
There is.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
In fact, as you were making your way over from the tower to Willowside, the storm clouds that gather above are thick. Even though it's like 3 p.m., it's right in the middle of the afternoon, there's a shadow that falls across the whole town as you approach.
My depression is visible.
As you're all watching the people and around you and greeting them as they're patting you on the back and welcoming you back to the circus, they're all very excited. It's not difficult to see that as they're looking around at all of the new faces, all of the new performers that you've brought in, they keep looking for more. Like, after a while, there's some whispers that you catch. Where's Turtle? You get to the professor, and in his new voice says, welcome back, Moonlight. It's so good to have you back around. Oh, I'm so glad to see that you're all safe. Well, actually, hold on. Where's Turtle?
You hear from the distance.
Yeah, so you did mention that Jeb's rain cloud casts a shadow, and you do notice that the shadows actually, like, cling to Moonlight a little more than they used to. And Moonlight's just gonna be like, they died.
Thunder in the distance as Jeb's storm goes off.
Right before I did.
Right before I did.
Oh, shit.
And the thunder goes off a second time. Lightning.
Interspersed with...
Yeah, Peach Pie's crying in the background.
Wait, hold on. You died? But you're here. I'm so sorry to hear about Turtle.
Yes, I'm here because they brought me back.
Oh, they did?
I was gone for about a month.
A month? People start looking at each other and kind of murmuring. Most have their heads down right now, just taking in that news. Then Dingo breaks the silence. Well, you're here now, yeah? So, we should put on a circus.
It won't be the same without Turtle. Oh, yes. I agree.
Yes, there are some new friends that we could show everybody in the performance.
This is Wumples, my good new friend. He's a purple worm.
He's adorable.
I know.
Wait till you see the Banshee.
Sorry, the what?
The what?
Is the Banshee still in the hammer, or she just floating around, or what?
Banshee hangs out in the hammer, especially when you reach the surface.
Topside.
Yeah, topside, she can't really be out and about. The whole sunlight weakness thing.
That's why I carry the thunderstorm everywhere. I blot out the sun for all undead to live freely.
And come see the Circus of Wayward Wonders.
Yep.
In a rain cloud.
You can even put on your advertisements, come get out of the rain under the big top.
It's only raining because we're there.
Literally.
Come to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Bring your children. Bring your parents. Bring your grandparents. Did they die a while ago? No problem. Bring them anyway.
You got the money, we'll bring them back.
This is how you guys are going to get a show in Geb.
Yeah, exactly.
God, now I want to put the Circus of Wayward Wonders into Moonlight
In
at some
Geb.
point. I really want to. I really want to.
You see an advertisement for a circus.
Well, I say, like we said so long ago, the show must go on.
But where?
Good question. Although I've come to love Willowside, truly, it's,
Awfully small.
it's not turning profits anymore. We're either barely breaking even, or maybe occasionally losing money on some shows, and a more profitable destination would be helpful.
I'm sorry, I already gave all my money away.
No, I mean, don't worry about it. We've been able to, everybody has taken the cuts that have been appropriate to help the circus survive, and if we find ourselves in a new location now, perhaps we can recoup a lot of those funds and bonus dividends for the rest of the performers. Actually, I've been scouting while you were all gone, and I know that someday we all want to perform in Absalom. We're not quite there yet, but luckily, soon, very soon, the Radiant Festival will happen in Absalom, and there are talent scouts in the port city of Diobel right now. If we go now, perhaps we can impress upon them. That will gain us access to Absalom before the festival.
Did you hear this from your girlfriend? Does your girlfriend have a cousin or an aunt or something that lives there?
God, I forgot about all
There's
that.
another
Jesus.
one. A man doesn't kiss and tell.
I know plenty of men that kiss and tell.
Wizard.
No, there's not another Vandy at Diobel. Although Estessa would suggest Diobel as a next good step if you were to ask her.
Well, you've had more time to think about this than we have, so I'll take your word for it.
Yes, the real question, Professor. Are you going to bring the mayor with you?
What? Oh, goodness, no. Tess and I have talked about this. Sorry, Estessa, Mayor Vandy. And I have talked about this. We knew that it was a fling. It just lasted a little longer than, a couple of nights, a couple of weeks. It was great. It was wonderful. Especially after you gave me back my voice. It makes me feel young again.
I forgot about that, too.
But the circus is life. And the circus needs to move on. She understands that.
Yes, well, if she's not ready to run away to the circus, then I guess it is what it is. What's the quickest way to Diobel?
By boat would probably be the quickest. It is a major port city. You're able to go by boat because during the siege you saved the Geode's Center, the ship that comes into Willowside's pier most often. Luckily for you, they're right on track to come back after one of their first runs after repairing the ship. So if you go by boat, it doesn't take very long, a couple of days travel. The circus has enough funds. The professor's been, taking some profits and setting them aside for the ship trip over to Diobel or wherever else you would be going next. And you head on your way. Oh, yeah, I don't know why we didn't get this picture or something like it last time. Here's the captain for the ship, the Geode's Center, Tiratel Uncrid.
She's like an aquatic elf or something? What is she?
Real sick.
I think she must be.
I love that. The eye patch pulled up to reveal the dead eye.
Really cool.
Maybe on our way.
Diobel's an interesting port city. Was there something you wanted to do on the boat, David? Sorry.
No, not really.
Okay.
I bet there's something the wizard would like to do on the boat.
What would the wizard like to do on the boat?
Tiratel Unkrit, apparently, would be my guess.
That's well done.
That was good. When you get to Diabel is, it's an interesting city. It's considered to be, what do they call it, the back door of Absalom. And, yeah, right. It's very heavily influenced by the Kortos Consortium. There are many mercantile guilds and traders guilds and workmen's guilds here. There's a lot of lords and from Absalom, or owners of large trading shipments, or even those who want to be influential in politics, as well as all of the working class handling the docks and the ship movements and the storefronts and even all the taverns and things like that. Although Diabel is not technically a larger city than Escadar, the increased opportunity in Diabel comes from the fact that these are traders' ships coming from all over Galarian. And most of them dock in Diabel to get their wares into Absalom by land. You get off on the dock and crew begin unloading the Circus immediately. It's your job, or whoever you assign to do the task, to find a location. This is really one of the first times in a while that you haven't had a direct contact in town in order to find a site for the circus. So, who's going to do that?
Well, I'm sure somebody comes up to the boat when we land to, register us or something.
Well, I mean, there's certainly the port authority that would talk to mostly the captain of the ship.
I would think we would just ask them, who we need to talk to register as performers in the city and to get a plot of land to perform on.
The Port Authority would direct you to some of the local governmental offices where you can get licenses and permits and all of that good stuff. And then largely ignores you after that, after giving that information to continue into his clipboard, which has manifests and documents that Captain needs to sign. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, and maybe some people look askance at you as you're walking by. I mean, Diabel gets a lot of characters, but it's not very often they see a 6'7" clown standing next to the tie-dye wizard, and if they get close enough, Moonlight, and then not to mention the cloud overhead.
That rolls into town with the ship.
Yep. Right in with the ship. Actually, the captain might be a little pissy about that whole situation. Can you turn it off?
I don't have a sheath for my axe, and that's the word. That's the wording in the thing, is sheathing the weapon.
I could craft you one.
Putting it through a loop would work?
Maybe.
You just don't care to.
I don't care. I like the weather.
So then I guess you got Jeb certainly would draw some eyes. There's a little crack of electricity going through his beard. But you're on your own. Who wants to talk to the city officials to try to secure a plot of land?
I mean, Moonlight would.
Well, the bell dings in the sober government office as you walk in the front door. At the counter, there is lines of people, essentially walked into a DMV. As you wait to get up to the front, is everybody else with you? Or is it just Moonlight?
I'll go.
I'll go with.
Moonlight looks for a number to take.
There's one there. There's a dispenser.
They walk up and kind of jump up to grab a number. Get back in line.
Your number gets called. You go up front. And at one of the desks, how can I help you?
Hey, we are a traveling circus, and we are looking to possibly rent a plot of land and get a permit to perform, put up advertising.
You have a few different options when it comes to locale, but we'll have to clear it with some of the higher-ups. What is your name and where can we find you?
I'm Moonlight Shadow Dance, and
Just jotting down notes.
we're currently on the Geode Center.
Looks up at you and with a single finger pushes up his glasses. You'll be staying on the boat?
No, I'm sure we will have to get lodging in the city. We just don't have any yet. And once we have a plot of land, we can put up our wagons and tents there.
I see. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
Starting off hot with a 4.
I can see if I can aid. I should be able to aid. I can aid. I can't fail. I can't even fail to aid.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're trained, you're...
I critically succeed.
So that gives a what? A plus? What are you?
I'm only
trained?
Plus
trained.
2.
So
Yeah,
plus
2.
2.
So 36. Which, I mean, still really high for
That's still
like,
really
commoners.
fucking high.
It is. The man looks down his glasses at you for a moment and then takes them off and says, all right. We can do something for you. There's currently a plot where there's where a corral for livestock was before the rancher moved and sold that plot. Currently the city owns it, and in the meantime you can have it. Assuming that you are putting up a circus, you will pay 10% of the circus's earnings to us to charge for the space.
10%. It's a little higher than our last place.
I think you will find very quickly that the numerous amounts of guests from everywhere in the Inner Sea region and beyond will bring you many new customers, night over night.
Okay, well, as long as the space is large enough for our huge tent. I think it's technically its name, huge tent.
I suspect it will be sufficient.
And our various, because we also have animal pens and stuff for our shows and performers and whatnot.
He's been writing on this sheet of paper mostly while he's been talking with you, and at the end of it, he takes out a stamp and just boom, puts it down on the desk, hands it to you, and says, let me know if the space isn't sufficient enough, but in the meantime, next!
Moonlight bows and walks out.
Each pie does too, as does Bernard.
Finally, out of the Darklands, back to the surface, back with the circus and all of our friends. But what happens now? Find out next time as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.